So in this discussion, the A option they are given Jx comma Jy equal to I h cut Jz. We need to verify this commutation is whether true or not. In the similar manner, the B J plus J minus is whether 2 h cut Jz whether it is right, as well as the C average values of the Jz square equal to M square h cut square. The D option J rising operator dagger is equal to whether it is equal to J dagger. This four option we are going to check whether it is right or wrong. This is a problem we are going to do the explicit way, all the commutation relation, and then some Kronecker delta symbol as well as the Levi-Civita delta symbols. These are the thing we are going to play for solving this four problem. Then we can conclude which one is the right answer.
In the question number 18, the first question they are given, the Jx comma Jy it's equal to I h cut Jz. We got to identify Jz. We got to identify whether this commutation relation is true or not. For that we need to write what is the Jx, Jy, Jz. Another thing we want to know, because if you want to write the J in general, J cross, suppose J you can write R cross P, or else you can write it's a determinant of I vector, J vector, K vector. R means it's X, Y, Z, R equal to R vector equal to Xi, Yj plus Zk. P in general you can call Pxi, Pyj, Pzk. So you can write the R cross P vector as a determinant. From there you can calculate what is a Jx component. If you want the Jx component, that means you got to keep the I vector, leave this row column, then it will give Ypz minus Zpy. So this is a Jx angular momentum. If you want Jy angular momentum, you got to put the minus sign because we are going to take the determinant for the central element. Then leave this column, this row, it will give X Pz, then minus Yp minus Zpx. So this is the second Jy angular momentum. The Jz, just you have to leave this, for that Jz you have to leave this column, this row, it will give Xpy minus Ypz. So this is a three type of angular momentum. For solving this commutation, we need to know what is the x comma px, that commutation. In general this should be equal to I minus I h cut. We are not going to solve this commutation. Suppose if x comma py, in general it is equal to 0, that means x component of the position, y component of the momentum, that commutation goes to 0. In general you can write that x I, any xi means x1 means it is x component, y x x2 means it is y, x3 means it is z. Similarly pj, so I j can go from 1 to 3. P1 means it's a px, P2 means it's a py, P3 means it's a pz. In general it is equal to I h cut, it's a delta ij. That means whenever the I equal to j, this commutation is equal to I h cut. If I not equal to j, then this commutation goes to 0. That means it will obey this commutation relation. Whenever I goes equal to j, it will obey this commutation relation. So this is in simple manner we have to write. So we need, for solving jx jy, we need this information. So now we are going to approach the problem. What is the commutation for the, whether it is right or wrong? The jx jy is equal to I h cut jz. So first we can substitute that values, the jx comma jy, that should be equal to my jx here, it is y pz minus zpy, comma jy is it is minus and minus plus zpx minus xpz. This is a commutation. So you can break the commutation in the lot of phase. What I am going to do means I am going to keep this one. We are going to split this as a two commutation. In general, you can use the a plus b. If it is commutating with the c, you can write as a two commutation a comma c plus a comma b comma c. So we are going to use this property of the commutation a plus b comma c equal to a comma c plus b comma c. Here also in the simple manner we are going to write this commutation. What it would give means y p z comma, just to keep as it is, z px minus x pz. The center is minus sign, then z py comma z px minus x pz. Just we are going this c, this is we are taking as a c, then we are splitting this as a two commutation. Now again we are going to use the same the formula. Usually we can call this is associative properties of the commutation rule. So what we are going to do, we are going to split this as one commutation, next commutation, similar manner this is one commutation, this is another commutation. We are going to write as a four commutation. So y pz comma z px minus y pz comma x pz minus, if I am writing this to z py z px, minus into minus plus z py comma x pz. So if you are writing again, if you are using the property, then it will take a lot of time. Just we can see this problem. Here we have x variable, here we have z variable. That means x component of the linear momentum, z component of the linear momentum. We have to see whether the variable is there. That means position variable. Yes, z is there. So z component of angular momentum, z variable will be there. You have to throw away everything outside. Why you can throw away here? You got to write the z component of the linear momentum, z variable, then px you got to throw away to the right hand side. Similar manner you got to see here is z, here is z. Just to look at where the z component of the linear momentum will be there. Is there any z coordinate? There is no z coordinate, so you can simply put it at 0. This is a simple manner you can solve for any bigger commutation. Here x component of the linear momentum, y component of the linear momentum, just to look at whether x or y variable will be there. Here is z variable, here is z variable, so there is no x and y variable. You can make this commutation also 0. Look at this commutation. Here y component of the linear momentum, z component of the linear momentum, but you have to look at whether y or z variable will be there. Yes, here z variable will be there. Then you have to keep this commutation plus, that means you have to keep the z variable, z linear momentum, then push it everything to the outside. So z comma pz, keep these two term inside, then you can push the x py outside. Hence we know that pz is at, suppose you can call it minus I h cut. In general, if the coordinate is coming first, then linear momentum is next, it's a plus I h cut. If the linear momentum is first, then coordinate is next, then it is minus I h cut. So minus I h cut y px. For this commutation you can write is that coordinate is first, linear momentum is next, so plus I h cut, then outside is x py. You can take I h cut inside, sorry, you can take common I h cut. Inside we have plus x py minus y px. This plus x py minus y px already we derived, it's j z component of the that angular momentum. So I h cut, it's j z. So this is right. We started from the jx jy. We arrived the relation that it is equal to I h cut j z. So whatever they are given in the question, this commutation relation is true. Now we are going to look at the b, j plus comma j minus, whether it is true. The b, in the question they are given the commutation j plus comma j minus this two quantity is equal to 2 h bar jz. For evaluating this commutation, we want to know first there are two simple thing we want to know. What is a j plus means? This is equal to jx plus ijy. This is the j plus. J minus means it's a lowering operator in general. In the angular momentum lowering operator, this plus means it's a rising operator. This lowering operator can be represented as jx minus ijy. Then for solving this one, we need to know another quantity, the jx comma jy. In general, we can write it as I h cut as jz. So in general manner, we can using the Levi-Civita symbol, we can say that ji jj is equal to I h cut epsilon ij k jk. This is a relation we want to know. That means whenever the total angular momentum, the ith component is commuting with the jth component, we will get I h cut the kth component. This Levi-Civita symbol, suppose if it is even ijk even permutation means it's a plus 1, odd permutation means it's a minus 1. Even permutation is nothing but if it is ijk's are in ordered manner, suppose ij square x y z, if it is in the order manner x after y after z, if it is coming in the order manner, it is plus 1, the epsilon x y j. Suppose if it is coming like not ordered manner in the other way, suppose z y, x after z, z after y, then it will, this value will be minus 1. So you can use this information, then you can simply tell jx jy it's equal to I h cut, it's the third component z will come, then epsilon ijk x, because x y then k is z, so this epsilon x y z, it will be plus 1. Suppose if we are finding anything odd in the x y z series, then you can put it's a minus 1. So that is the things we want to know for solving this problem. Now we can write the commutation j plus j minus, this would be equal to, we know what is a j plus, that would be equal to jx plus ijy. J minus is jx minus ijy. Now we can split this commutation as a 4 commutation. That means you can commute with this one or this one, then jy with this one as well as jy with jy. So what would happen means jx commutating with jx minus jx commuting with minus ijy, already we took the minus out, jy, next plus I, this jy is commuting with the jx, then here plus ijy, here minus ijy, so you have to write minus I into I square inside the bracket jy jy. Here we have jx js in the, if you are substituting, suppose if you are just, we can use this Levi-Civita, we can find the what is the value for the jx jy. So for that we are going to use the Levi-Civita symbol. Here in the position of ix, j also equal to x, it will be equal to I h cut epsilon ijk jk. So here if it is any indices are repeating in the Levi-Civita, then Levi-Civita goes to 0. That means if it is x some other variable, then this goes to 0. So for this commutation it would be equal to 0. No need of writing this one. In the similar manner, if you are doing jy, it's repeating indices, then the total angular momentum it goes to 0. So only the surveying angular momentum commutation, this one as well as this one. So you can write the minus, take the I outside, then the commutation is jx jy. Here already I outside, it's a jy jx. So I, the jx jy we know the value I h cut jz. This is a commutation relation plus I, actually you got to put the change the bracket. I jy jx, it's jx jy plus I h cut, jy jx it's a minus I h cut jz. This would be equal to I into I square minus 1, so minus I square h cut jz. Here also it's a minus I into I square h cut jz. So I square we know the value for I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus. Here also I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus. You can keep I square equal to minus 1. So this value would be simply equal to h cut jz plus h cut jz. It's equal to 2 h cut jz. So this is also right. We started from j plus j minus, we end up with the answer 2 h cut jz. So the B also right in the given quantity. Now we need to find the third one, C. The C is nothing but it's a average values of j z square is equal to m square h cut square. We want to know this value. We already know what is the j z angular momentum is acting on any wave function. Suppose you can call this wave function having the principal quantum number, orbital quantum number, the magnetic quantum number. The eigenvalues of this operator or this equation is equal to m h cut into psi nlm. Any z component of the operator operating on the wave function, it will give the eigenvalue m h cut, the same wave function. Here this is a tool we are going to use it here. Suppose here average value means the wave function psi nlm, it is left hand side, j z square operating to the right hand side also nlm. So this is the meaning of the average values of psi z square. There is a right hand side wave function also will be there, left hand side also will be there. We are going to do this average value. This should be equal to, suppose the first time if it is happening, there are two operators, jz time jz. So first operator, if it is operating on the right hand side wave function, it will give, just keep the one operator, then operate the only one operator, it will give m h cut into the psi nlm. So write the psi nlm. If this eigenvalue, so you can take it out. If it is operating again, it will give the again the same m h cut. So you can call m h cut whole square psi nlm. You can take this is outside, m square h cut square, take it outside, then left hand side psi nlm, right hand side also psi nlm. So if it is wave function, it is normal wave function, you can just take the inner product. This value would be equal to 1 if it is orthonormal wave function. That eigenvalue is m h cut square k square. So this answer also right. Now we are going to look at the last option. They are given the D as the j plus dagger is equal to j plus. This is the thing we are going to. Dagger means it's a Hermitian, whether the rising operator of the total angular momentum is Hermitian or not. That is the thing we are going to check it now. We know what is a j plus, the rising operator, that should be equal to jx plus I jy. We know what is a jx jy, that already we have done. The jx operators are, it is involving the y p z minus z py, and then jy operators is zpx minus xpz. So this is a jx jy operator. So if you want to take the Hermitian of the j rising operator, you need to take the right hand side also, jx plus I jy, that Hermitian, that means it's a dagger. So this is implies it's a jx dagger plus I jy dagger. Suppose if you are extend this one jx dagger, this dagger means it's a plus I, it will turn into minus I into jy dagger. Here the y as well as p set are self-adjoint operator, that means these are the Hermitian operators. So in general you can say the jx, the dagger is equal to the jx, that means it is Hermitian conjugate, Hermitians with itself. Same way jy dagger you can call it's a jy, because the linear momentum operators x y z, all of them are Hermitians, as well as the position operators also it's a Hermitian. So in general the jx jy jz, the total angular momentum of all the components are, it's a Hermitian. So you can write this one as jx minus I jy. So we are having this one, we know it is a lowering operator j minus, that means you can conclude the j plus the dagger, that should be equal to the j minus, it is not equal to j plus. So this option is the wrong one.
So from above discussion, we got the first option is right, the second one also the commutation right, the third one average value is right, then fourth one is the wrong one option they are given. So the correct statements A, B, C only. So option A is the right answer. You got to choose this one.